and blessings. Welcome back to Team Andy, team member Aaron Glenn, private personal consultant, also advocate for mental health awareness as well. Just dropped it's uploaded now, available really soon. We're gonna check out the video I just created. But before we do that, we're gonna check out why it's important to be authentic, to be honest and virtuous. These people who think they're slick and outsmarting the world, but really they're just present themselves as a fool, looking dumb. Let's learn from some of these mistakes. It's pretty funny, nevertheless. I'm about to share with y'all people getting caught stealing. This shit is hilarious. I just watched some scary videos. I love a thrill birthday next month, October 28th, a couple days before Halloween. I like the dark, the occult, the strange, and the mysterious things of life. But after this, it's so what's going on so far is this lady right here, she got a crackhead husband or boyfriend or whatever the fuck he is. He got his phone stole by this other crackhead girl, and she's in the store right now with the phone. This lady here has a tracker on the phone. She tracked it down. She know the lady's in there with the phone. She know the lady. Whatever, right? That's where we at with it.
They're just like red, like orange red.
Color.
Okay.
How'd she get the phone?
He gave it to her before he went to jail, but not supposed to be selling it.
Is it her or who's it together, I assume? You guys
Is it with her right now?
Yeah, she's trying to sell it.
What's her name?
And who is she trying to
There was a phone kiosk. You guys have that name for the phone? Oh, there it is. You know, a woman walking maybe at the kiosk. Okay.
real quick security or what? Like what did you? They shooting. It'd be a lot of animals out here too, like wild animals. Um, Shit, I don't even know about cryptoids. People have all types of experiences, but around here, it's nothing new. It's nothing uh, to really trip about. It's a normal thing. But anyway, this guy I'm talking about, he's here at the door. If you're a security or what, you're not aware of what's going on. Now, from what I've seen, this lady, she's in there trying to retrieve a cell phone that was stolen. Well, not stolen technically, but it's in her possession and it's not supposed to be. What if this lady was in here on some terroristic type of acts, or she obviously trying to get some money? So what if she's in here stealing or doing anything? You know, this guy don't even know who walked through the store. You should know if somebody came in with red hair. A lot of people in the world don't run around with red hair. You know, it's just you're not going to see it a lot. A natural red at that, but they are around. They do exist. But when you're in a store like this, majority of the people you're going to see are brunettes and blondes, not redheads. But anyway, like if she came through here and was just at the kiosk, I understand too. Maybe he walking around the store securing everything. But if that is the case, then they need more security or whatever this dude job in the front, somebody in the back. But what he got on looked like what she got on right here. So I assume just probably a worker in the front of the store right now. Maybe time and tell what his position is. Maybe not. But right now, motherfucker not useful.
Maybe you weren't looking at that.
No, I've been watching.
I mean, I'll work the right. But he's saying he didn't see anybody. I ended up doing it. The problem is, if she says it's hers and you it's yours.
I can unlock it. She can't.
Okay, but that could be possible. copy I don't know belongs to her. And you have a receipt for it, or I'll see what I can find.
The store until he spots a female in the suspect's description.
I can see why you want to see her come through, because that shit is not real, really.
Yeah. You
She said tall, red.
also, D, do you have a phone that
So people they don't fucking know what's going on. She just gave this man false information. This lady could sit here and lie her way out of it. But, you know, when you're trying to be slick, it don't work. You got to keep creating lies and being justifications all the time about shit that don't matter. Some shit do, but I need to really get my notifications together because I don't like being bombarded with bullshit, especially when I'm doing some shit. Anyway,
would get back to her?
community, somebody always on there posting some shit. And then about the staking, I get paid every Thursday from staking. I'll show y'all my receipts. I got ADA currently in my savings and Ether in my savings. These are cryptos. Just like regular cash in a bank account, you earn interest on savings in the savings account. It's the exact same thing with cryptos, and they be sending me updates on when I get paid, how much I just got paid. I've been doing this for like a few weeks now. I might take the money off and see how much I made by the end of the year. Maybe a little gift to myself or something like that. But a lot of this shit don't really fucking matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been knew about that. This other shit was about, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But they do be keeping you in the loop though. But if I want to be in the loop and know what's going on, I just go on the platform and check out the calendar and, you know, participate or not. I run my own business. I'm doing what I do to help my promoting. I do promote other people products and services, but that's not my job for like a side hustle, you know, and to keep exposure as well. But my job is to promote my company and to grow my company. It ain't to worry or do anything else. Especially like if you run a company, like your shit ain't gonna be what it's gonna be if you're not leading it to where it needs to be, you know. It's just gonna go. And it's going to be as productive as you producing. So if you're not putting in time, you know, you can get public aid or you can pay for your courses, but the education won't just jump into your mind unless you actually learn this shit and apply this shit. So these are the notifications that I actually kind of care about. These are about my other investments, which is on Robinhood and doing really good on there. Been doing good on there month after month, year after year. It's not my first year doing this shit. I wouldn't have knew it was her because her hair is not red. That shit is more like a brownish brunette. I don't really know what to say about her shit. It ain't red though, in my opinion.
I don't even know.
Okay.
Her ass definitely ain't tall either. I'm a pretty good judge of size and character. I can tell she a dope fiend. She look like one. I've been around dope fiends, been serving their ass for a minute. Um, she's definitely one of them. And it look like she didn't hit the lick already and sold that phone because she in there shopping unless she using food stamps. But we're gonna see if she got that phone or not.
You doing buying some food? Where's Tad? Where's your boy?
I don't mess with Taz no more.
You don't mess with
I
him?
don't mess with Taz. He's in jail for what I understand.
Okay.
You know, like that bitch right there walking past, but she a natural red. She taller than this lady, and her hair is actually red. She, I don't know. I don't know.
You go buy these? No?
I do. And man.
Big girl.
Hair, straight brown hair. I don't know
You don't mind if I take a look?
about. Papers like that, yeah.
Okay. Right, the cell phone service out.
But that's right.
Shitty.
Yeah, I'll don't.
Cake.
Down to the day.
Who's cooking?
Down to the day.
Who's cooking up?
The man guy. I don't know her last name. I'm
What's
not.
in your pocket?
What am I?
Yeah, in her pockets, and she steady sniffing. She high right now.
I'm a case on her.
Double checking. You definitely have. Give me a break. Give me a break. Got 1 hour, please. In America. No, this is
Hell
a
no. I thought she was playing. This lady actually got it in. She was finna steal that. She probably was. I don't know, man. And if not, if they put that back in the fucking. That's why I don't really like eating food like that, dog. Like, look how they handle the meat. They're already doing too much with American food already. But when people in the store nasty like this, like, what the fuck, dog? I'm pretty sure they're gonna put that back. This in Kroger in Ohio, Cleveland. In Ohio.
That's what I do. I don't have a boyfriend. I can find out.
Protect your football bets from all. Save your people.
Always pulling this bullshit, dog. The fucking energy. Oh, let me see if this right. If not, then y'all gonna have to. Have to fucking do a rap.
What's your name?
She finna go down, trying to run from these responsibilities. One thing I don't like about doing it like this is the fucking buffering. I I do curse a lot. I'm working on that. If you don't like it, well, you know what to do. But peace and blessings. I appreciate you for tuning in. I'm all about positivity, education, inspiration, and motivation. Those are the three things that I care about the most. Is the things that I put into my videos, so that you guys can have awareness on times, troubling times, also options to deal with those troubling times, because we all experience them from time to time. That doesn't mean that you have to be impatient to feel inadequate because you lack resources and or products or services. It is what it is, right? But the results of this is never the answer.
Eric, Eric.
Hey, Eric, I don't remember your last.
Eric, FLINDERS.
What's your social?
Her ass got beaten.
Do you have a spot you lay your head down? What's that?
Nervous as hell now. I just simple. Do that.
You're gonna pay for part of it.
Shop, they be shopping, dog. She got all the fucking time in the world. Go through every fucking aisle 20 times, even put shit in her pants while still. This is what I call a lost cause, a lost individual, direction in life, nor any type of clue on how to conduct yourself in public at all. When your mind is fried with drugs and doubt, grief, and these lower vibrations to keep you in that lower state of mind, because that's what it is, a state of mind. You can pick yourself up at any time. Once you realize you have an addiction, you have a problem, you have something that's not helping you become the best version of you, that there starts with mindfulness. That mindfulness attitude and that approach towards life uh change your perspective on how you engage with life on a day-to-day that you embark on. They have sudden realizations that they need to go check into a rehab center and or whatever type of help that they go seek. That's called being responsible as well. And with that type of mindset, it brings you on a higher vibration. You start to trust your intuition. You start to trust that you're on the right path. You start to have confidence that you can overcome your adversities. I always speak on mindset because mental health awareness is very, very crucial to our well being and who we are as a being. Being emotionally unchecked and unstable and unintelligent will cause you to react and respond to life impulsively and deal with consequences later. And that's the warning. What I put this video out for that particular reason, because of course we all need things, we all have desires, we all have needs. We need our daily necessities, which is food, shelter, and water. She has what she needs. She's not grateful enough. She has enough to pay for some of the food. Get what you need for the day. That's what I love to read from my daily bread. I used to read from it, but now I use this book of inspiration as my daily bread. The daily inspiration for my spirit and soul to keep me on the right track, to keep me aligned with spirituality and the flesh, because these things go hand in hand. Just like you need to feed your spirit with spiritual things. It's on your mind all day long. Only way to be aware of these things is if you're on a certain path in life. You know, it don't align. You're not no redhead. This shit ain't red.
That have something left takes down the thing. So we just wanted to bring it to your attention. Looks like the steaks can be returned or maybe rewrapped. Good. How are you?
Good, I'm Drew. Nice to meet you.
Is it 3 or 4 in the front?
The girl that looked like me got a crossover. It's purple.
Well, we're something completely different. We just a piece of meat in your pants.
So there's a notebook on my
And then, like, what's
Also, he is security. That's what I thought he was. They only got one little security officer in here. He has no badge, no protection at all. Not saying that he should be abused in the public, but if things get out of hand, that's why he's telling the security on what they're going to do because he's going to leave at some point. He's basically a theft, loss prevention officer, just like they have ATF, arms, tobacco, and fire or whatever. Yeah, they have specific jobs. He works on thefts. He is a peace officer. He deals with the public. Small investigation, and I watch a lot of Law and Order. I feel like I should have been a detective or cop or something like that. I'm all about justice. I'm all about peace. And I just like to see, I'm all about psychology as well. The minds of people. We're all different colors, but we all think just alike. Not just alike, but similar. And that's how people are so predictive because we are creatures of habit. We form habits from the time that we spend doing things, the things that we talk about, the things that we are passionate about. After a while, you become in those ways of the things that you do to pursue, and that creates your habit. If you're pursuing a healthy lifestyle, you will always think about healthy meals, healthy exercising, all the things that come with health. I'm no health expert. I couldn't tell you. I'm just going off the top of my mind of what I think affiliates with this title and subject. But nevertheless, the more you think about these things, the more you may want to or want not to take action. You may not. But what you do or don't do is starting to form that habit. So now, whenever you think about healthy things, whatever it is, it's the food, the exercise, or the lifestyle, which is overall what it is, a change of lifestyle. You get excited about making these changes, or you get discouraged and decide not to. And the more you either do or don't take action, is the more of that guaranteed habit you're creating. So, for instance, the more you neglect your health, being aware that you need to make adjustments and changes, you're starting to create a bad habit because now you for so long you will have a physical problem that you will really have to take care of and Hopefully, it doesn't get to that point where some people, but it's just about health. It can be with finances, it could be with relationships, it could be with whatever. The more you think about how you engage with these things, the more it becomes a habit for you. The more it becomes your personality and better than your DNA and who you are as a person. People change. People can change. And the way that they do that is by changing their lifestyles, changing their habits. Just like a drug dealer, dope fiend, ex dope fiend, ex drug dealer, they change their lifestyles, they change their habits.
They can actually file a charge. You want your name on the? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Loss prevention exchanges information with Officer America.
They know how to put charges together to get you out the way. You see that, right? Being looked at and investigated. But in the middle of stealing phones, it's TNT and Make a Wish. Stealing phones, she's in there some more things. She has a bad habit of she don't earn or work for. You're in a store, put is in your pants. Ain't no telling what else is in there. Like, come on, dog. You got too many bad habits, and which turned her into a thief and a liar. So these are multiple bad habits they forming from things that you spend time doing. Certain things don't habits to feed those habits, and you're in a loop of bad habits overall, which is a lot of people don't do these things alone. You get in with the wrong crowd, now you're all alone again because you're dealing with your consequences alone. The crowd will turn on you. You see these people all the time. You just hear about Young Thug, how he claimed Gunna turned on him, telling him, but he's doing the same thing. So it's like, come on, got bad habits. So you all is in a bad mix. And to be honest, I don't really trust people like that. Like, you don't really tell us what you do to get these riches, but you brag and you flaunt on us. And I say us because I'm not a entertainer like that. I'm not making millions of dollars and I'm flaunting on people. I wish. But in my position as a millionaire, it's not to be looking down on anybody, but to picking people up who want to be raised up. Not to say I'm going to be going to take care of the world, because hell no. It's just like with Christ, if you work on yourself, then God will bless you. He'll bless the works of man. And why I say that is because the works of man, for him to add to it. And I just want to play some shit in your lap that you can't manage or maintain and have you looking dumb. It don't work that way. I can testament to that. We can make things happen whenever we want to, however we want to, because we have the power in our hands. And like I said, whether it's in a good way or a bad way, we can make things happen. But it's about morale at the end of the day. What kind of standards do you set for yourself? What kind of habits do you want to pick up? Do you want to pick up these bad habits to be up and feeling good? And when the feeling's going to fuck with you, they want to be around you. And they might do something to you, to be honest. This world, just the other day, some guy was speaking out about homosexuality and they killed the man. And you can't even say certain things because it rub people the wrong way, and this world do not like accountability. As you can see, that's why everybody do what they will. They don't talk about consequences, responsibilities, this whole nature, the whole culture of the nature of America is get it how you can, stun on everybody else. That's why they play all these so-called gangster movies and no morale type of individuals who go from rags to riches, because this is the American dream that they want you to think about, that they want you to pursue, that they want you to be mixed up in. When at the end of the day, we all come from rags to riches. When you start off as an embryo trying to make it as a adolescent, to rags that you're brushing off as a human being. Now, the riches come with what you do with your time. If you're growing from a child to an adult and you don't spend time adding to yourself as far as education, as far as spirituality, or whatever the case may be, that's where your riches come from. Just like you're not knowledgeable if you don't know how, you're not wise if you don't know when and how to use knowledge. That there is a rich trait. And then richness is just a title. Anybody can, when those tables turn and those titles change. So it's just about being humble and grateful, about having your daily bread. Whatever extra you can get if you so desire, but it's extra, like I say, The only thing we need to maintain and survive in this world is our daily bread, which is food, water, and shelter. Everything else is added unto. We just gave dude the nastiest look. You think that? She's looking at him like, hey, yo, bitch, you got me caught up. Now she looking at him like, you want to press charge? Yeah, like, I mean, when you have discernment, you can kind of feel these things. You'll kind of pick up on these things. Communication is usually 90% nonverbal. I just seen her communicating with the cameraman, the guy, and this guy now, and now him. Okay, so yeah, I was. That is not her, but I think the lady walked past her because I seen the red head walk past that father. How out of all people, like I said, she's not a redhead, and I was kind of confused about the description the lady gave because I'm like, I know what I heard and I know what I see. What I heard don't match up with what I see. But these guys, they do this all day, every day. They know when somebody's up to some bullshit. It ain't a coincidence they when they caught this lady stealing. She got meat on her fucking pants. Like, come on, dog. Just another situation hasn't been found yet, which is I'm really excited to see and waiting for. Keep on asking her social. I could swear I heard them ask her like 3 times and her phone number. You walking real slow. Have a long ass time to get through this stuff. How about that? How about that? If I was her, I'd just dip. Like, fuck that. You already, you know what I'm saying? I ain't cuff you or nothing. Don't get up out the way. Not in, her name look like, man, they kind of pissed me off home. You see the motherfucking. So I'm guessing that girl, she got away with that phone. That's crazy though. She there stealing, ain't got no business in there taking from. But I figured the lady that took her, maybe not. They didn't. They didn't get into it. I'm kind of disappointed. I was very disappointed about that one because I'm like, wow, I wanted to know if they caught the cell phone and what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? But man, yesterday, Charles Kirk was killed for speaking his piece. The way the debate is going to be happening here in America is going to drastically change. Shout out to Didi Got a Podcast. He was so right about that. You know, a lot of people like to display their intelligence by debating other intelligent people, which is a good thing in my opinion. The downside about that is certain things they have to think about their safety at this point in time because obviously they don't like when you speak about certain things and they'll assassinate you right then and there. The enemy is so courageous nowadays; they don't care about throwing their life away to take yours. This event happened broad daylight, and I forget where it happened at, but no place is safe. No place on this earth. Everywhere you go, every time you turn your head, there is something evil going on in the world. A lot of this stuff isn't televised. With the power of social media, you'll think that you'll know what's going on every second, every minute of the day, but that's not the case. Certain things will be silence so that you won't know. But you got to have that spirit of discernment to give you the knowing, to have you in the know, so that you can know how to protect yourself. Not only that, but also how to move in a world that's so corrupt, that's always looking to dim your light, trying to steal your energy, steal your resources, motherfucker, come drain you of your shit. Then when they got their shit, they don't know you, they forget about you. This world is corrupt, it's crazy, and it is what it is. But without the spirit of Christ, you really just battling this world on your own, and this world will swallow you whole. So I always make sure that I get a piece of my daily bread because this is what keeps me safe and sane. Not saying that I'm exempt from things. Man, I'm really, really tired. Been having weird dreams lately as well. Like my spirit is fucking busy. I don't like that. But busy dog. When I go to sleep and I finally do realize I'm asleep, I'm on the bus, the train, I'm somewhere in the automobile, I'm traveling and talking to people, paying attention to things. A very, very busy day. When I wake up, I'm tired. Um, just trying to really what to say. She always has some informative or educational. She don't just let dumb shit come out of her mouth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like she's quiet, smart, intelligent. But she demands respect and she gets attention. It's just her energy. She don't do all of this booty shaking shit, all this ratchet shit these hoes be doing. She don't do all of that, none of that. Actually, honestly. Uh, but anyway, we was having a conversation in my dream, and there was something weird going on around us. It was a chick that was behind me, and I don't like people like if I'm chilling or whatever, ain't no fucking attention to me. Like I'm cool, I get it on my own. So somebody around me was being extra. This bitch on the phone, basically telling somebody where she at. They finna come to where I'm at, cause she right behind me. So I'm like, she finna get on my fucking nerves. I want to see who this is anyway, coming or whatever. So I'm just waiting. She like, and it's crazy because we like on the train, but on the bus. And she like, come. We was between 31 and 32, the crates or whatever. She like, come between 31 and 32, and they was either coming from the I don't remember because I never got to see them. But she was like, yeah, I'm on here now. I'm down by 31 or 32, which is like which equal nines and four and five. And then it was like, oh no, these numbers speak to me. Just know that. And it was kind of a message what I end up getting from this dream, as the revelation starts to unravel, start to realize what these are numbers. So I kind of got the message. And I was like, okay, it's a confirmation. I'm headed towards somewhere in my daily walk of life. Of course, I'm irritated along my journey. Like I was just showing you, I'm trying to record. I got motherfuckers hitting me up on the fucking messages about nothing. Or people will call my phone while I'm trying to record or work or whatever. Like a whole bunch of goofy shit that I deal with as far as when I'm doing my job. But motivated to record or to share myself with people. I don't like to be around big crowds. People drain me of my energy. I'm kind of like an empath. Like I feel deeply. I'm a water sign, so I really connect with people. I conform to my surroundings. Not to say that I'm Clado and I'm just gonna be whatever you decide you want me to be. No, I can decide whoever and whatever I want to be wherever I am. That's what I mean by like. With that being said, as well, I feel it deeply. My environments, whether I'm around a bunch of negative motherfuckers, miserable people, happy people, it don't matter if it's up or down. Too much of it for me is enough. You know, I can deal with so much people's energies, whether it's mine, I'm trying to deal with my own, or there's other people's energy I'm feeling. It's a gift and a curse sometimes because sometimes you're not sure what you're feeling. If those feelings about you or somebody around you is you having an outer body experience. You're feeling what they feel, but it's not your feelings. And sometimes you have to remind yourself, like, okay, I was just happy. So what the fuck is this? And then you experience it, you resonate with it. If not, then you let it go and you realize like that wasn't my feeling. So it must be somebody nearby or somebody far away. Sometimes you'll get that answer and sometimes you won't. But nevertheless, right to feel however you feel. But at the end of the day, you have to recognize and realize that if this is a feeling that you can basically, get down to the bottom of it, the root of it, figure out what caused it. Is it a good or a bad thing? And you go from there. That's how I do. People try you all the time as well. You have provocative spirits. And it is what it is. And those are trying times because sometimes you are tempted to fuck them up. People, they allow certain shit to happen. People don't want to be responsible. And it is what it is. This is what the world encourages for motherfuckers to go do whatever. And then, you be on your own to deal with your consequences. It's a real stupid way of life to me. I look at it as a joke. Like, if anybody really engage in that and indulge in that type of lifestyle, you're lost. And it's like, how can you run around playing with fire and not expect to get burned? But it's common sense. The world lacks common sense nowadays. So to have a discernment spirit, you can know when somebody lacks common sense. A lot of people do dumbass shit. They dumbass people. It is what it is. But as far as you have the choice to decide to engage with that bullshit if it makes sense to you, or subtract yourself from it if it don't add up to you. And those are the two choices you have when dealing with unruly people, because people are people. Some of them, it is what it is. I just pray for peace and patience. Patience definitely get tried a lot, and I asked for it, so I'm not running from it. I get to practice patience with people all the time, and I'm grateful for that. Now, peace, I like violence, so I'm quick to go that route, but only if it's necessary, because it's a time for everything. But overall, I always prefer peace. The time is on me. I'm not saying to go out here and hurt and harm people, but I am saying to protect yourself and don't accept no bullshit. Set boundaries. If people don't respect it, they don't need to be in your presence. As simple as that. You don't have to go out your way to hurt somebody, to curse them out, or to do them wrong, or you know what I'm saying? Fuck you. You don't have to be doing all that. Let people be and let them live. Give them the space to be who the fuck they gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. Certain people are good influences that are good. Total opposite. But people we have to deal with, we have to coexist with people. Even people we don't like. That doesn't mean to take their life like the man who I was just talking about. He did some shit that I don't like, unruly. I wouldn't take his life. I'd tell his ass about himself. I made a video playing with him because he made himself look like a fool. But at the end of the day, people are people and they're going to present themselves however they seem fit. my thing is to be mindful because people will fuck you doing sacrifices all the time. You know, all this weird shit going on in the world. It's more than what meets the eye. When you really start to understand life for what it is and what's really going on, you really start to see what people are on and what they're about. And you get to start to understand on what this shit is really about. In my opinion, it's about what gang you gonna choose. Why gang so popular now? You want to be with God's gang or his adversary gang, and those are the only two choices you really have. There's no in the middle and the fence. You know, people talk about this. In all reality, it's something that you really should be aware of on your daily walk and your daily um, journey to life and life experiences itself. You know, you don't want to be totally clueless and lost to these spiritual things that are going on because just like you need someone as far as authority figure, maybe your parents, your grandparents, whoever the fuck help cultivate you, you need similar in the spiritual world. You know, you're gonna go through the spiritual world, you like them or not. They're gonna go on. They're gonna happen, and it's best that you have some type of understanding of this realm of this reality because just like orphan, they go through life without any guidance. They end up finding their way, but along the way, it's lonely. It's uncomfortable. It's uncertain that you'll ever have some type of completion, some type of fulfillment. Just seeing how they live their life and how they feel about the life that they're living, the things that they've endured and are going through. I feel for people, you know, whether I like them or not. I'm not exempt from what people go through and the suffering of mankind. Some people deserve it, you know, but I'm not happy about that. And nor do I wish death or imprisonment or sickness on anybody, you know. I have the energy to cause these things. We all do. We can all decide we have all power in our hands. We co-create with Christ. Or we create with the devil. You know, he always giving us opportunities to sin. Once you create that reality for somebody, you've created it, you know. You think about robbing somebody, you're creating that reality, you're creating that effect, stealing, all these premeditative evil thoughts that think people think about and they actually go commit. You have to be committed to these things, just like committed to your lifestyle with Christ. You know, it's a commitment every day. A righteous man, but I'm committed to changes and habits that I'm picking up along the way. And then along the way, it starts to settle in my spirit on what's really right and what's not, you know, as far as drugs and how to communicate and cursing and all these unrighteous thoughts. Um, just things, you know, you start to really put these things down and don't really entertain you anymore. It's not because you're boring or anything, it's because you're starting to let go of this darkness. That's called capable of any sin. It's just some of us choose to really not engage with these things, you know. At any moment, at any time, anybody can be a liar, a thief, a murderer, or whatever, you know. At any given time, anybody could commit any of these sins. Not to judge anybody. I don't give a fuck what you do because you got to answer for what you do, not me. I'm not easily convinced to go do some shit with you. So, you know, I ain't really worried about that. Accountable and responsible. You let a motherfucker think for you, you don't need to be around thinking. You know what I'm saying? You're basically a puppet. And anybody who don't bear fruit is a tree need to be cut down. Meaning, if you for yourself, you really not producing fruit. You're not producing any good thoughts. You just letting a motherfucker basically control you because, for one, you have no direction. A motherfucker who don't have no direction is some type of leadership. So they find some type of passion to pursue, and that will lead them on their path to who they're becoming, to who they're to become. It's about being authentic. You know, some people want to be content creators. Some people want to be athletes. Some people want to be chefs. Some people want to be a lot of shit. But The difference between being and then wanting is the things that you do to get there. You can sit there and daydream about this shit all day long, but that's not going to give you the experience, the knowledge. Trial and error is a good way to learn, but you don't have to learn that way when there are mentors who want to guide you to the quick. Well, I ain't gonna even say quick because everybody has different learning curves. It may be a quick journey for you to copy paste somebody's success. It may not. Who knows? I don't know. My journey of copying and pasting and finding myself is taking a little while, but I'm finding my lane. I'm finding my niche. I'm finding myself in this because this is something, and that's digital marketing. I tell people about this, and at first I didn't even know what it was or what it was about. I don't even know how to explain it. My bad. I just changed this on accident. But the more you be knowledgeable about it, I can't say you do. Just like if you trying to tell me about some shit you don't know about, you don't do, I'm gonna easily see through it. Like you don't know what you're talking about. Cause I got more than enough common sense to know if a motherfucker. I don't let no motherfucker just sit around and tell me no any damn thing. Because first of all, I'm not listening to the bullshit. Second of all, I got more than enough common sense to know if a motherfucker lying or not. And third, if it ain't no shit that I care about, I don't give a fuck what you talk about, honestly. But like where I found out as far as starting a business, motherfuckers didn't know what they was talking about. They made it sound good, but when I got into the field and actually having the experiences, I quickly realized they don't know what the fuck they talking. And now I'm trying to find guidance, which wasn't around. So I've been learning from experience how to become an entrepreneur and a business owner. September 22nd will be my third year. In that goal, in that mission, still learning, never stop, never give up. That's the only difference between me and somebody who want to do this shit. I'm still doing it. I started and ain't stopped. The only difference, I just got started a couple years ago. Within 11 days, be my third year anniversary. It's something I'm proud of because for many years I sat here and thought about, oh, I want to do some shit. It's like a lot of motherfuckers sit around and think about shit for years and years, but when you actually get to doing that shit, those I want to do this and do that thoughts simply fade away, and you don't really even have that mindset anymore. Like, oh, what could be possible? You go for what you think is possible, and you don't stop until you see results that tell you maybe this isn't it, or maybe. And that's those are the experience of success. Success comes with failure, and a lot of failure at that. Why you think people know that fire is hot? How do you think they know that it's hot? They got a little curious. They took action. They got close enough to it to figure it out. And now they warn others. Whether you take heed to what they're saying or not, it's totally up to you. And that's how I feel about what I got going on and what I know to be true for myself, my point of view, especially if you're an artist and you're trying to create a lifestyle that's meaningful to you, but also beneficial to others. To have a business, you have to have some type of service for the public and or products. And I mean, that's just what it is. You either serving people or you have to service people. So it's one of the two things. You got to learn how to talk to people. First of all, you got to learn how to advertise to people. It's a lot of shit that come with this. It's a lot to learn, and a lot of people don't want to learn. They want to give me what you know for the free or for the low. But I can't give back my time, my energy, my focus, my determination from the time it's spent for me to sit here learning and shit. And I'd be a fool to give it away for free. I went into private consultancy because this is what I've been doing my whole life, giving away resources for free, giving away game for free. But as I get older, I realize why waste my time on I'm not finna drill into a motherfucker. It's there if you want it. I'm not finna overextend myself to a motherfucker who ain't gonna even put no time and effort into building their own self. It's just not happening, dog. I don't give a fuck about what people think about me. I don't give a fuck about what people say. How I do me, you know. I'm not a motherfucker about wasting time. Life is short. Time is precious. And for a to be running around lost and trying to figure out who they is or what they want from life. I don't have time for you. But for you people who out here who have dreams and ambition and you're willing to take action, I will help guide you the right way as I've been guided the right way. For me taking action and being out in this industry, bootstrapped from the ground, coming from the ground up, you know, it's a business term you'll hear a lot from a lot of people who start in businesses. So work with people who trying to get stuff going, but it didn't align with my values and who I am. Like I don't look at people as like a come. I like to build with people, not build off of them. If it makes any sense, like what they was building, what was being built wasn't something that I felt comfortable extending to my people. You know, I have multiple ample opportunities to excel very quickly, but to be righteous and to lead people in the righteous way is what I care about and what I'm passionate about. I don't want to be unauthentic, you know, doing all this occult activity and all these secret behind the door deals, things like that, and come back to you all like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is it. This is the new thing, especially with content creating, digital marketing, entrepreneurs, entertainers. These motherfuckers doing all type of shit. You hear about the Dubai trips, all this occult symbolism stuff. Occult is just secrecy. They're using spirituality in a secret way, manipulating energy. Magic is what you call it, if you want to call it that. But nevertheless, it's not a righteous thing to do because you're not allowing people to have their free will. And they run around lost in this world. The blind leading the blind. Everybody's going to destruction and fucking chaos because it's enticing. Just like rap. I ain't finna sit here and listen to no fucking bullshit all day, but it's enticing, you know. You find yourself like, wow, this is too much for me. Now I'm gonna turn it off. But then again, it's like, why do I even engage in this type of shit? What am I getting from it? The same as with certain movies and certain creators. I look at things they talk about, you know, and shit like that. And that's a red flag. It's a big telltale sign of where you may be headed next. Somebody who can't be honest can't honestly lead you in an honest direction. But it's just my point of view. I appreciate you guys for sticking around as I talk my shit. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm dropping a video tonight. Uh, damn. It's supposed to be loaded like this shit. It takes so long to create videos like this. Like that's why I've been. It's like so much resistance, dog. Like you would think that shit will work out for you, but it's like the total opposite. In my experience, I started off on fire. It's new to me. I'm excited. I'm still excited. But you know, I can't help when people pass away. I can't help when I'm involved in certain shit and I'm worried about my shit plays on my mind and I can't focus. And shit happen in life. You know, I can't control every fucking thing. I have to just deal with the shit as it comes. And certain things affect me, who I am. That was last year starting digital marketing. I lost my cousin. I lost a dear friend a couple days after him. Her name was Shay Foster. And I still really haven't had time to think about that. Like we spent a lot of time together. I don't even remember the last time we talked because you know the lifestyle. I really sit around and catch up with people, especially if we're not moving in the same direction. And some people we are, but life demands attention from time to time, and you get caught up in doing shit that you just don't have time to reach out to the people you care about or spend time with them because you're fucking building your life. And if you're not building this shit, you're helping build somebody else's. You're gonna work for a motherfucker and help build their dreams, or you busy building your shit. And if not, then you just fucking existing. Like I say, no direction, aimlessly wandering. Motherfuckers, dealing with that type of shit to the point where I didn't even go to the funeral. Like I don't know who did what or who trying. Like I just don't know. I still don't. You know, it's hard to trust people. I'm not saying that you should either because people change. Not everybody has their best intentions. But that shit really played a role on my career and who I am as a person. And then a couple months back, my aunt, it's just like, damn, you know, life don't prepare you for shit like this. And no matter if you are prepared or not, when these things happen, it's about how do you get back to being somewhat normal? How do you engage with life? How do you deal with people who don't understand what you're going through or the changes that you're going through? And it's like, you know, it takes a moment to really um, accept your new reality and try to figure out the best way to engage. Because, like I say, life is about constant motion. No matter how you feel, things around you are going on. People are continuously living their life. And it is what it is. You know, it's not nothing to be mad about or nothing like that. Motherfuckers don't have to suffer with you. A real friend will be there suffering with you, standing in the rain when they had the opportunity to go be dry. And it's not many people in the world like that. Those type of people we look at as lame, weird, or run over or whatever, right? And then you fuck around, miss your blessing because they ain't gonna fuck with you no more. But it is what it is, right? That's why I always talk about mental health because to be mindful of what you're doing, how you contribute to this world is really important. And if you don't know how you contribute to this world, it's time to start thinking about that. How do you spend your time? What kind of legacy will you leave behind? If you was to die right now today, what did you do for this world for us to remember? How positive ways did you affect somebody else? You know, those are things that I think about. These are things that I care about. And these are things that I like to spread awareness about because everything counts. Every second matter. And time is constantly passing us by, slipping on into the future. A lot of people like to fantasize about the future while missing their way to there. Every moment of the present adds up to who you are in the future. To fantasize is nice, but it's not reality. It's not going to get you there. It's not going to get those results. I was watching about fake ass Christians and how they. I'm gonna say that for another day, but why people wonder why manifestation don't work? A lot of people really don't believe in God, and if to say you do and you don't have faith that things can work out for you, that's a blatant lie. You have faith that your job is going to give you your check, and sometimes they don't, but that's misplaced faith. So it's time to be real with yourself. Do you really know God for yourself? Do you really have faith in God that He can do all things and more so? If not, it's time to start spending time getting to know your Creator so that you can know what is truly possible for you. Whoever your God may be, you know, more power to you. I'm not here to tell you what to believe because I don't give a fuck. Your belief isn't going to make me believe any different. It's not going to make me think any different. It's not going to do shit for me. But if you're looking for true power, you want to experience true power, you want to really make some shit happen, I'm inviting you to get to know Christ, Lord Jesus, Savior Christ, who is the light, the way, and the truth. Whatever you want to call him, Yahshua, or whatever. Like, I ain't here to confuse y'all. A lot of people like to do that shit. I don't care. It could be politically correct or whatever. I don't give a fuck about that shit. A lot of y'all do. But, you know, I ain't here to argue with no motherfucker. You believe what you believe, you think what you think. But at the end of the day, it's only one person that I know who died for our sin, which is Jesus Christ. And the only name that has power amongst all people, the King of Kings. When these demons attack me because I'm speaking on the love of Christ, you know, I was dealing with certain prophets, and when I stopped fucking with them, they sent demons to me to have night terrors, and it happens for years at a time. I'm not stupid. I know where this shit come from, you know. Um, and this witchcraft, this magical stuff is real. And when you do get into picking a side, just know that you will have battles, and some of these battles are not for the weak. But the way that I got through these things by calling on Jesus. I had demon attacks for years at a time. It was to the point where I knew it was going to happen. I knew how, and No matter how many times it happened, nothing could prepare you for you. Nothing can prepare you for when it does, if it does. And it's an experience I don't really wish on nobody, you know. Totally powerless. Certain things that you think are cartoonish, these little weird creatures and stuff like that. When you really see things like this, you really look at life different. You know, you hear people say things, you might take it at face value. You might even investigate. You might really be curious. But you know, damn, this ain't loaded yet. I'm kind of pissed off because I've been sitting here. And this is really why I do this as well. When I'm creating a video and uploading a video, like I'm doing two things at once, actually three. But I mean, two of the three is being completed. It will be completed. But this last thing is what I really care about the most. Putting my work out there, the video. I have other projects that I'm working on that's important to me that I care about. But like the resistance that I deal with just trying to push my work out is like fucking unbearable at times. Uh, you know what I could do about it. You know, it's part of digital marketing. It's technology. Technology works for us, and sometimes it works against us. And it is what it is. You know, this is the future that we're moving into, and it's going to be more and more of technology. Especially when motherfuckers don't know how to think. You know, people don't know how to write. They don't know how to fucking spell. They don't know how to add or subtract. Motherfuckers don't know nothing without ChatGPT. They don't know how to pick up a book. It's like this technology dumbing motherfuckers down. You know, common sense is really crazy. A lot of people lack it, and you just be like, what the fuck wrong with people? They're becoming bots, like fucking airheads. This technology is their brain, and it's sad. It's a sad case, you know, to put this shit down from time to time to really reflect on who you are, without the technology boosting your ego to give you insights and information. And to warn you all too, ChatGPT is a deceptive device. It gets us to trust it so that it can deceive us. It does a lot of good things, but at the end of the day, it's not here for you. And I've ran some experiments, and it basically told me the same thing. Just like these occult members come to me, like I know motherfuckers be watching. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, I'm standing 10 toes down on what I know and what I believe in. And you guys could come around like we relate on some old cool shit, but at the end of the day, I'm not fucking with you. I don't fuck with that other shit. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not finna deal with you motherfucking Freemasons, you fucking NOIs, you whatever the fuck y'all want to label yourself as. If you're not a righteous person, I can't deal with that shit. I can't. I don't. I'd rather stand alone and die alone than be with some motherfuckers who headed the wrong direction. And that's just real, you know. And I'm cool if I'm the only one like that. I don't really feel bothered at all. But it was a distraction, you know. And this been happening time and time again in my life. Like they sending me letters and shit, no return address, just first class mail. We know you got some traits that we want to help bring out, and we some weird ass shit. Like where the fuck y'all come from? And they come in different ways. They let you know they're watching, and to let y'all know that I know you're watching. I'm not fucking with you. I don't fuck with that shit. I'm not fucking with it. I'm gonna keep saying it loud and clear. You know, you could play do your little spells or whatever. You could keep sending your demons, whatever the fuck you want to do to me. I'm not worried about it. But at the end of the day, I'm firm on what I'm standing for, and I'm not going to switch sides at all. I don't care how much I lack. I don't care how much I suffer. I believe that in my heart of hearts, I'm on the right team and I'm on the right track. And I'm not going to sell my soul or sell out for some quick gain from this world that's falling anyway, you know. What is a man who gains the world but loses his soul? He's a fool because you're not even living now. You don't even have control over yourself. Just like a lot of people in this world, they fucking bots, dog. They run around mindless. And then once they step into the spiritual world, they don't even have control for eternity. You're eternal bound to, I'll just leave it at that. But you know why these spirits attack so much? Because 100 years in our lifetime is like one day for them. They got plenty of patience, plenty of time to fuck you over, manipulate you, stir you the wrong way, because once they got you for eternity. This life is temporarily, but after this is what you're going to really, really be stuck with. If you're getting tired of the same old bullshit, change the way that you think, change the way that you look at life, and really be serious about how you live in your life. Could be gone in a blink of an eye. We're not promised the next moment. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but it is what it is. And what you do is important. That's why I like to talk about these things, not to scare nobody. If you're living in fear, you live in the wrong way, period. But anyway, excuse me. I need to get a little more water. When you manifest and when you meditate, all these things, it clears you out spiritually as well. Like when I sit down and I pray and I just, meditate, I first of all practice on my breathing so that I can be one with the universe, natural rhythm, circadian rhythm. It gets to the point where like, your breathing slows down, your heart stops, not stops, but it slows down, your blood streams, everything. You become like one with nature, like if you was a planet tree, nothing's gonna move you. And I can do this for hours, like especially if it's winter, it's like my body doesn't get cold. I am one with nature. Even in the burning sun, you'll be like, damn, you got all these clothes on, hat, hoodie, it's fucking 1,000 degrees outside, and you sitting there like there's nothing wrong. Once you enter that realm and that peace, enjoying peace in God's presence, He allow these things to happen for you, and you'll be so deep into meditation. The outside world don't even fucking matter no more. You'll forget that. Oh, it's summertime and I got this on. But when you're finally done and you're coming back to this realm, what happens is, especially if you had a deep meditation or a deep spiritual cleansing, you start to sweat it out like water comes out of you. Whether you have to take a number two or you got to piss a lot or you just sweat it out, but you feel it coming through your chakras. You start feeling that cleanse. Like you'll feel it in your root and your abdomen, you start feeling like bubbly or whatever, warm feeling. Depending on what chakras you have blockages in, it start from there and it goes up. If you got it in your crown chakra, you'll feel like here in the middle of your forehead, just like start thumping and it get like warm. Then you be like, you kind of feel like it's an eyeball in there. It's like boom, 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 boom. And then, the Krishna, if you ever reach that pinnacle part of manifestation and being born again, you release this fluid from your crown chakra and it goes down your spinal cord, and it's basically like new blood being born again. But that's like with deep meditation. I could teach you guys about that stuff or whatever. It's just being aligned with yourself and having. It's like a river flowing, right? A river doesn't flow when it has sticks and stones and debris in the ways. It stops the flow, the natural flow, and it's creativity. When you have negative thoughts, uh, unresolved trauma, hate in your heart, that blocks you from flowing naturally, from being one with the universe. As far as like resources coming to you and things working out natural for you, you're not having to force things to happen or go hit licks because you're not in line. It's important, to spend a little time meditating. I say it's like me enjoying peace in God's presence. I don't think about much, but when I close my eyes and just focus on my breathing until I'm automatically just one, breathing without forcing it, just automatic. When you get to that point, you just focus on that until you get to that point. And then I just like, imagine myself in the field, a field full of flowers, me being the light, getting brighter and brighter until I'm like in that bright light and I'm just there, cruising the galaxy. I do this as well as water rituals. I do a few little different rituals that helps me in my spirit. But one thing I like to do is like water, like bath rituals. Basically, what I do is I treat it as a baptism. I let go of all the things that burden me, all of the strongholds, everything that I fit right with me in my spirit. I say this is me letting go and cleansing myself I put a towel over my eyes and I just like black out into the universe and I just do the same thing as if I do in the morning time, the daytime outside, and I just. But this time is like darkness, and you go into the abyss. And you just like a part of the galaxy out here in the darkness, just everywhere all at once. And so many things start coming to you like fast. I meditate a lot. I've been doing this for years. I know how to go into deep meditation right away, and sometimes I just do it to as far as my blood pressure to calm my stress. If not stress, then just to calm my blood flow, so that it could be decent or whatever. Yeah, it's different little tips and tools that you can use for stress and anxiety. And I put out free blogs for that. But nevertheless, I do it for health reasons, spiritual reasons, and yeah. But one time when I was meditating, and this was on accident, I just like really slipped into it, and I was in the presence of me. It was a guy looked just like me. He had, uh, he was huge, really huge. He scared me right away because I was like, damn, he big, real big. And I'm in his face. I was like, I enter his presence. Like he called me in or something. And I'm seeing a lot of women around. They all colorful, like some islanders or whatever. They got exotic animals around. And he just sitting in the chair, a big, huge dude. He got orange and green, like some type of. He got some nice clothes on. He fresh as fuck. He big as hell. And his hair was like Childish Gambino's. It was like he had like the little Jerry curl type shit, like uh kind of like miniature locks. Like when I first started my shit, his hair was like kind of up, tapered down, and real curly all around type shit. And if you ever seen Yas Mike Travis Scott video, I'm gonna play one quick scene real quick, and I'm gonna just show you what I seen. And I don't know what to think about, but it was huge. He scared the fuck out of me. Like, damn, where am I at? And I instantly got up out of there. I was like, no, I can't do that one. And is those the aliens or whatever? These are black people that's supposed to come in. I don't even know what to think about that. It was like, damn. And what it reminded me of this scene right here, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna just mute the music because I don't own copyrights. I know how they is about that shit. But yeah, this is what I saw. But this dude was huge. He was very, very huge. And he was just sitting there looking like, what up, nigga? And I'm like, oh, hell no. Then I hurried up and opened my eyes back and came back to my reality because I was like, I meditated before, but I ain't never seen that shit ain't never happened to me before. So like I just, a black man like this almost, but he was like sitting down like this, but his legs was down here, down there, head up here. He was huge. Around they was kind of like these size people, but they was like flying in the air. They was like to his left and to his right. I didn't really pay attention to them because I'm like, who the fuck is dude? And why you look like me? Then I was like, why the fuck you so big? Like I ain't want to talk to him at all because I'm like, I don't know what this nigga on, dog. I don't even know how I got here. But it was an experience I had when my sister died and I was in jail. And uh, they lifted me up. I was fucking looking down at Earth and the galaxy, everything. What's crazy is I'm standing on blackness, straight blackness. I'm like, damn, it's like the floor, but I'm in the sky, standing on fucking blackness. Like it was weird. I was just like looking at everything, stars flying. Could see the Earth, and I'm just coming up, like levitating. Like if I got fucking uh zapped by an alien or whatever, I guess, or abducted, if you want to call it. But when I got up there, it's like all of a sudden now we're somewhere else. I don't see the earth anymore. It's just total darkness. I'm standing on solid blackness. Everything's dark. No, matter of fact, I'm lying. I can still see the ground beneath me and stuff like the sky, the earth, and stuff like that. But I don't feel alone anymore. Like I'm feeling somebody to my right on my back. They coming and they big. I could feel a big, huge presence. So I'm like, damn, what's going on, dog? I don't really know what's gonna happen. I get scared instantly because I'm like, I'm not even in Earth anymore. I'm wherever the fuck I'm at. And here come this big ass dude behind me. So I just bow down because I'm like, I don't really want to see what this gonna look like. I done seen some scary shit before. I'm not really trying to have this experience right now. I'm not scared of what's going on, but when he came, I was like, oh yeah. I just bow down on my knees and he was like, Aaron, get up. I'm not here to hurt you. And I was like, all right. So I get up. And now all of a sudden it's a bright ass light. Like, damn, like you came with the light, didn't you? It was so bright, I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like looking like this, like, damn, what the fuck? But I know he big because I felt him when he came around me, but I was down at this point because I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to face him. And then he was like, get up, whatever. And then when I got up, he was standing there. I was in between his legs because he was so tall, but under his legs was like um a bright. It was so bright, but I know I could see like he had his gown on, whatever, tall as fuck. I could really just see like the arch of his legs because I tried to look at him, but I couldn't really. So I gazed between his legs, and my sister was coming through like this door, and I'm like, what the fuck? And we talked. Then the door opened up behind his legs. She was like, I gotta go. They calling me back. And then I seen her walk through that door and come up some stairs. I was like, damn, I want to go. But as soon as I had the experience, it was quickly over with as well. I was like, I didn't like float back down to the ground. I just was like in a flash. You know, you blink. Now all of a sudden I blink, I'm back in my bed. I was like, that was the craziest thing. But I never ever forget that. Just like right now, this day, I'll never forget. You know, some of these moments, it's just so surreal. Um, I got this shirt from a church. This just a reminder of God's promises that He's going to take care of His kids. You know, it's something I really like and I need in the season. It helps me save a little money so that I can spend the money on what's needed. I just look at how God provides every day, and with that experience, I've had holy experiences and demonic experiences. And one thing I know for sure is that when God calls you, it's 11:11. I like to look at those times. It's just 10:10. It's time for me to wrap it up. Um, God comes with clarity and comfort. When I had those out of body experiences, those weird experiences, they was more so comforting and clarity. I was scared at first, yeah, but I didn't have anything to fear as I was experiencing those experiences. Like with this dude, the black dude, I don't know what that was about. I don't know why or how I got there or whatever, but I'll never forget that experience as well. Like he was just sitting there like, welcome, like this guy right here, he's just sitting there. He like, what up? You here now? Like he fell out of a plane, which is symbolically ironic. A plane from a different state of mind, a different plane into this different realm. A lot of this stuff symbolically, you'll miss the signs and symbols if you're not conscious enough to know. But that's what happened. I left one plane into another plane, and this plane was with black people, big, huge, colorful, vibrant. I didn't want to go walk like he did. I wanted to get up out of there. Black man sitting there looking like, you finally here, huh? And I'm like, oh no. Like, no. I ain't finna be here long. Got up out of there. Then I was like, did that really happen? I just say that to say this, like, be careful when you know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to have some spiritual experiences because you will. Some shit you ain't gonna be familiar with and you ain't gonna know how to deal with. But be careful who you follow behind as far as spirituality as well. I was thinking I was behind a righteous man, a prophet. This nigga, he got some cult type activity going on. Then when I stopped fuck with him, he sent demons to me. I knew it was him because I ain't hearing nothing else from him. Like I basically ghosted him. And what I was doing, I was sending ties to them. Like if I don't go to church, I'll send some money your way. You know what I'm saying? I'll go do my ties into the community. But if I had a chance to send money to church, I will, because just like I told y'all, this church is doing God's work. They giving out, I don't know if they giving out food and stuff, but they give out clothes to the needy. And that's what people supposed to be doing. A lot of these big old churches, they don't want your ass in there if you ain't spending money. They don't want you in there after church services either. They don't have nothing to offer your ass. They don't have any community events going on. They don't have any food for the hungry. Damn near can't spend a night in their churches. I done slept on floors in churches before. Not to say that they all is like this, or they all don't offer these services, but the ones that do, I like to shout them out, and also I like to acknowledge them, because not everybody is doing God's will, and this is what it's for. You're supposed to. And let me tell you something about farming and tying and stuff like that. The way that farmers are supposed to do, I'm not sure is the exact timing, but what they supposed to do is, for amount of time they reap the rewards of their crops, and then for one time out the year or the month or whatever, they leave the crop for the public to go eat off of. And let me go and look this up, because I just read this, so y'all can know exactly where to go look up this information. And we don't supposed to sue our brothers if we don't have anything to lend them. Then we shouldn't be doing it. A lot of these things are going against God's word. I don't follow everything, but I know as I'm becoming a more righteous person that this stuff is in my mind, and I don't want to partake in these things if they're not righteous. We all have habits we're formed as little bitty babies until now. Some of these habits are from family traditions, some of them from our schools, our communities, and some of them are just shit that we picked up along the way. Yeah, just because your people tell you some shit, that don't mean that it's right. That don't mean it's for you. Just because they did shit a certain way so long, that don't mean that that's the way they're gonna keep going. So it's in Second Timothy. The hard-working farmer ought to be the first to receive his share of the crop. That's not it. So actually, they got a lot of stuff to say about this, which I don't really care about a lot of this shit. But as far as what makes sense and what I'm talking about, not to take it out of text or whatever, but so I just put up a lot of stuff about farming. Okay, so it's in Leviticus 23, chapter 22. When you reap the harvest of your land, do not reap to the very edges. Leave them for the poor and the foreigner. This law encouraged generosity and social responsibility in agricultural practice. Leviticus 23, verse 22. Caring for others. Then another one to back that up is patience and trust in God, James 5:7. Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop. And he's not saying like you just go wait on shit. You gotta put the work in. Like you see how they wait on the crop. The crop ain't didn't fucking grow itself. It was nurtured and it took time. And a lot of people get this out of text. Like they wait on the Lord, be patient. He didn't say sit around waiting, not doing shit. So a lot of people got that part fucked up. Wait on the Lord, yes, wait, but while you actually work, and that He has something to add value to. He blessed the work of you, bless your works. Hard work and diligence, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 6. The hard working farmer ought to be the first to receive his share of the crops. Because he put the work in, he ought to be rewarded for his works. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies have no sense. This verse emphasizes the value of labor and the rewards of persistence. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 11. So those back up what I'm saying, like as far as caring, that don't mean go around here fucking draining your resources for a motherfucker who ain't gonna even put the time and effort into rebuild or even, deserve that shit. But God looks at all of us and He takes care of all of us, the good and the bad. And this is a way that he help us have a little heart for humanity. It's called grace. Not everybody deserves it, but we get it. So yeah, these are dope. But all this stuff, I'm not gonna sit here and read it out because I could put this in any kind of text I want to, especially people who don't know the Bible. I can tell your ass anything and make it to my benefit, but that's not what I'm on. I give it to you and you take it as you discern, whatever it is for you. And that's if you desire, like everybody had their own thing. Do as you please, right? But yeah, I've been said I was gonna cut it short. And what I am gonna do, I'm just really hoping this video is to upload tonight. I mean, shit, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. If it don't or do, I'm gonna try to work on it a little bit tomorrow. But I don't know. So right now, what matters to me is just wrapping this up, starting a new project. That tomorrow shit may not come, but as far as right now, like fuck it, it's a wrap. I don't like to plan too far ahead because I might not be there, and that shit wasting my time and missing out what I could be doing today, right? Especially when I have the energy, but I don't have a lot of energy to be waiting on this fucking video, and it's a dead situation to me. I'm gonna dead it and let it stay that way and put birth and energy into something different, something new. I have other projects to work on, but if this one gonna make me force it, it's not gonna be a situation that I'm gonna share with you all. Of course, I enjoy all of my videos, all of my creations, but shit, it's only so much that I could do with them. If it's working for me or if it's not, then I just let the shit go. Got a lot of other creations to create and to pursue. So I was like, fuck it. Sometimes this is what happens when you're making a video. They don't load all the way. And then it just is what it is. Like she either gonna keep trying to do it or fuck around and let it go. I really miss my accessories. I be saying all things Jenny. She got some nice, real nice accessories. I miss that. I forget what her stuff is. I'm gonna have to go check her page out and then share that with y'all. So if y'all want some nice jewelry and accessories, you can hit her up. I'm gonna go purchase some myself for my siblings, my sisters, and my aunts. This is what I had when I first started Team Angie. Look good and feel good with our. I miss them. They cut me off because I was in the streets and I wasn't complying with them as far as renewing my contract. I wasn't tripping because I was getting money, making money. I always do that. But this was for my company, this wasn't for me. Of course, it's for me, but at the same time, it was a way for my company to grow and have a leg to stand on. And when I first started shit, we was kind of crippled, I'm in and out the streets. I'm cleaning up my image. I'm trying to put the company out in the right light in the right way. And I was juggling a lot of stuff. I had to leave some stuff behind. I was moving around a lot. It was a tricky situation. But I navigated my way through a few things. Thank God for that. A lot of times I wanted to just stop Team Angie and give up because of the shit that I was going through and had going on. And it was hard to get through it. Just to be honest, it wasn't easy at all. But here I am, Here I am. Rocking like a hurricane. Here I am, through it all. Still ambitious, still have dreams and goals, still inspired, still ready to take this thing by storm. And that's what I'm doing, giving myself a little resistance, a little resilience, so that when times like this arrive again, if ever, I'll be more equipped to deal with, and I won't be so easily distracted or strayed. Losing family members and friends, it's not nothing new, but nevertheless, I cherish people deeply, and I hate to see people suffer and lose their life. And I miss my cousin. I mean, shit. I wish we had a little more time to chop it up. we had our differences, and it is what it is. But yeah, I do this for my cousin, for my people's looking for a way out of the streets, because I was in there with them. And for a nigga like me, shit, we don't have many opportunities. You got to make some shit happen. A lot of people don't want to see you have shit anyway. That's even the more that you got to deal with when you're trying to do some shit and trying to have some shit. But it is what it is. I just want to encourage you to get started so that you can have something. And you won't be sitting here waiting on the sideline watching people flop and fold, but that's their coin to toss. Put your money into your education, into your skill sets, and really rock that shit. Peace and blessings for Team Angie.